He was dying right in front of us, pale, sweaty, blood pressure crashing, heart rate racing, then slowing down. He was slipping away. And it's all started with a few innocent painkillers. You back to that night, a 50-year-old man called Dan rushed to our emergency department complaining of sudden onset unbearable abdominal pain that started a few hours ago. By the time he reached us, his abdomen was like a board, rigid, silent, no bowel sound, no movement, just pain and silence. Quickly hooked him up to monitors. His oxygen level is dropping, blood pressure dangerously low, and his skin cold and clammy. This was not just a stomach ache, this was a septic shock, a life-threatening response to infection. His body was shutting down. We kicked into action the Sepsis Six protocol. First of all, oxygen to keep his organs alive. IV fluids, fast and aggressive. We flooded his veins, fighting to bring his blood pressure up. Broad spectrum antibiotics within the golden hour because delay means death. Blood cultures, we needed to know what bacteria we were up against. Monitor urine output. The kidney are often the first to fail. Check lactate, a window into how deep into shock his body had fallen. He was fading fast. We had to find the cause and fix it before his organs gave up. When the storm settled for just a moment, we asked his son, has he been sick before? Any medication? His son looked confused. Nothing serious, just some painkillers he has been on for years. We stopped. What kind of painkillers? The son replied, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, Voltaren, morphine, every single day for almost 20 years. That was it. The clue we were looking for, 20 years of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. The silent painkillers of the stomach lining. All started with a car crash 2 decades ago. He survived with a shattered leg and a lifetime of chronic pain. The non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs helped, took the edge off, let him move and walk. His father, a retired doctor, warned him, they will destroy your stomach, but the pain was stronger than the warnings. And over time, the advice faded in the background of noise. Once we got him stable enough to move, we rushed him to the CT scan. The results came back fast. They hit hard, large pneumoperitoneum, fluid collection, perforation for duodenal ulcer. His bowel had burst, infection was boring inside his abdomen. We had the answer and no more time to waste. The moment the CT report hit our hands, we know that there was no turning back. I called the theater team immediately. There is a perforation. He is septic. We need to go right now. The anesthetist looked at the vitals and gave me the look, the one that says he might not survive intubation, let alone surgery. But our main concern was doing nothing means a certain death. We huddled as a team, surgeon, anesthetics, and nursing staff. Everyone knew the stack. This was not just another emergency laparotomy. This is a rescue mission. We rushed to optimize him for operating room, cross-matched blood, continued fluid resuscitation, central line, urinary catheter, and NG tube. Everything was running at full throttle. And then we rolled him down the hallway. That long, silent corridor to theater where life and death would meet head on. The monitors were beeping, his skin was pale, but his eyes were still fighting. We opened him midline and we were hit with a wave of foul fluid. The infection was everywhere. Then we saw it, a small angry hole in his duodenum, the size of a fingertip. The tiny hole had almost killed him. We irrigated with liters of warm saline, suction running non-stop. Then came the Graham's patch. We took a flap of his omentum, sutured it over the hole. Simple, elegant, life-saving. We placed drains, closed his abdomen and sent him to ITU. The battle was not over, but we have bought him a chance. ITU was rough. He was on a life support. His kidneys barely working. Infection is still smoldering, but slowly things turned. Pressure stabilized, ventilator settings came down, urine started flowing again, and then one day his eyes opened. He didn't remember much, just the pain and waking up alive. We told him the truth. We told him everything. The ulcer, the surgery, and the painkillers. Painkillers saved him once, but taken the wrong way, they nearly killed him. Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, the over-the-counter pills we all think are harmless, can silently burn a hole in your stomach or gut. It doesn't happen overnight, it happens slowly, quietly, until one day it's too late. So if you are taking them regularly, use them wisely, never on an empty stomach, use stomach protection when needed, and never ignore persistent pain. He survived, but he is not the only one out there. Share this story, it might save some lives.